Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my good name is Mora Maina. I'm a registered dietitian by profession, and I help people to positively shift their relationship with food and their bodies. How have you guys been since the last video? Thank you so much for the love that you've shown me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. So far, we've doubled up in numbers, and so far we have quite a good number of views. I really appreciate. Continue recruiting your family members, your friends, your relatives to subscribe to my channel, and let's keep on talking nutrition and having that good relationship with food and our bodies. Thank you so much. As you can see, I came here bearing goodies, very sweet and tasty goodies. In one of my previous videos, one of you asked me to talk about sugars and salts. And I heard you, and today I'm going to be talking about sugar, and then next time I'm going to be talking about salt. And if there's any other thing that you'd want me to talk about in this video, let me know by commenting down below in the comment section. Ask as many questions as possible, and I'll gladly answer you people. So first of all, let's have an understanding of what this sugars is all about. Sugar is a type of carbohydrate. Among other carbohydrates, we have the starches, the fiber, that is the cellulose. We also have the glycogen, and all of them are important to the body. So sugar in being one of them. So the body needs sugar, and in that case, when you take sugar, the body breaks it down to produce what is referred to as glucose, and this glucose is the one that is used in energy metabolism. Okay, so and then on the other hand, we have what is referred to as insulin. Insulin is a hormone that helps to regulate the blood sugar levels. Okay, so in that case, you'll find that this insulin is the one that helps to release these sugars, or rather this glucose, in bits to avoid spiking up the blood sugar levels. So the people who are diabetic, they tend to have either insulin resistance, or the body is not able to produce, or rather the cells are not able to produce enough insulin. So if your insulin is working properly, it's able to regulate any amount of sugars that you take from all these foods. But once it's impaired, that's when problems come in. You can get these sugars from the regular table sugar, the candies, the juices, and also even the jams, plus among many other things. At the same time, you can get the sugars from milk, and other dairies. You can get it from fruit and vegetables. At the same time, you can get them from honey. The body doesn't know, or rather doesn't differentiate the sugar that comes from honey, the sugar that comes from candies, the sugar that comes from honey, the sugar that comes from juices, the fruit, and what not. The body takes it as sugar, digests it, and converts it into glucose and makes it useful to the body. Okay, but the question is, are all these sugars created equal? And the answer is no. First of all, if you are to take sugar that comes from the regular sugar, all that you get from it is just sugar. The same thing with candies, juices, and even the plums. Yeah. On the other hand, when you take the sugars that come from an orange comes with different micronutrients in it, from vitamin A to vitamin C, potassium, and so forth, which is very beneficial to the body. And most importantly, it also comes with fiber, which is good for the good gut bacteria and helps to promote your gut health, and even promote your digestion. On the other hand, if you get it from milk, the lactose in milk, you, besides getting that as sugar, you'll still be able to get calcium. You'll still be able to get other micronutrients from having to take it from from your dairy. When it comes with honey, honey comes with antioxidants that helps to protect the body against inflammation and eventually protect you from developing conditions like the metabolic disorders, for example, diabetes. So the next question would be, um, which is the best sugar to take. From everything that I've described, by now I know you've realized we have two types of sugar here. We have the natural sugar and we have the artificial sugar. So how do we tell whether this is artificial and this other one is natural? So natural comes naturally in the foods that you take. Okay, milk comes from the cow, fruits come from the tree, and honey comes from the bees directly. On the other hand, the artificial ones have gone through some level of processing to get to where they are. If you don't understand what processing means, go back to my previous video where I described calories and processed foods. That's where you'll be able to get that meaning for process. So these ones are usually artificially made or created, and most of the time if you're buying them from the shelves, you'll find descriptions such as added sugar. You'll see names like with an OSE at the end: dextrose, fructose, sucrose, or rather you'll see the name syrup. If you see the name syrup, that is sugar. If you see the name sweeteners, fruit concentrate, high corn fructose syrup, and so forth, all those ones simply means added sugar. And most of the time if you are buying these, they will indicate no added sugar, if that makes sense. That's how to differentiate the two. So how should we stop taking this artificial sugars? So for starters, take more of this one and less of this one. Limit the intake of artificial and take more of natural food products. And also remember, too much of anything is poison. It doesn't matter whether it is natural or it's an healthier option. For example, you don't need to take 5 tablespoons of honey because you've been told it has anti-inflammatory properties. Okay, a teaspoon of honey will go a long way. If you have to go on the higher side, maybe a tablespoon of honey. A fruit a day will keep the doctor away. Again, you don't need to overindulge in the intake of fruit. I've seen a lot of people replacing their regular diet by just taking fruits alone. That is not the best thing to do. Take your fruit alongside other foods. At the same time, you don't need to take too much of dairy, because again, when you take too much of dairy, 200 ml is comfortable. When you take too much of it, it will eventually cause you problems. And remember, these are sugars, and they are carbohydrates. When you take too much carbohydrates, the body will take what it needs. It will store some in the liver for future use, and also some in the muscle as glycogen, and the rest of this carbohydrate will be stored in the body in form of fat and eventually lead to weight gain. Okay, so when you take too much sugar, then that contributes to too much calories, and you'll find that most artificial sugars, they just contribute to the total calories. Okay, and most of them come with a very high percentage of calories, just in a very small portions, and then it will eventually lead to weight gain. Okay, which is not good for you. I've seen most of the time people talking about avoiding sugar, and the sugar that they are normally talking about is the regular table sugar. They forget we have sugar that come with candies, we have sugar that comes with the juices and other processed foods out there. Okay, so you just removing this and forgetting about all these other ones will not stop you from getting fat. On the other hand, You don't necessarily need to completely remove sugar from your diet. A teaspoon or 2 teaspoon of sugar in your teas is okay. Remember, this sugar is still carbohydrate, and carbohydrate is still good for your body. Okay, but at the same time, if you avoid it, all is not lost, because you'll still be able to get it from the rest. Too much of this is what is causing the problem, but you having a teaspoon of this just in your coffee might not necessarily do so much harm. And also remember, your long periods, or rather, if you've been working so hard to keep yourself healthy, yeah, and then just a single tablespoon of regular sugar will not discount everything that you've been working so hard to do in the past weeks. All right, by now we have a better understanding of what sugars is all about. And again, if you are diabetic or you have someone who is diabetic, you might need further clarification, or rather further consultation around the use of these sugars, so as to avoid spiking up your blood sugar levels, which will cause more harm. So with that said, thank you so much for being here. Keep on subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, now I have more views than I have subscribers. If all of you subscribed, then we'll get to 1,000 subscribers. So keep on subscribing, keep on sharing. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye.